I never realized how hard something could be protected until I started making content in the anime space. And there is a myriad of reasons for this. And to be honest, I don't know why we do this. Like, I hear so much complaining about how people got made fun of for being anime fans back in the day, not being given the time of day by women because they were anime nerds, anime being mainstream and not being as niche for the nerds anymore. It seems like it's a problem. And there's a mix of people that have different reactions to the acceptance of anime now. Everywhere you look on social media, there's anime. There's anime debates. There's anime podcasts. Famous people everywhere are starting to show their love for anime. At the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade, there was a Luffy and Goku float in the parade. You know how far anime has come to have these floats in the parade. That should be a major win for us. But as anime fans, it feels like we can't have nice things, or some things are not good enough to us. Now, I never want to gatekeep anime from anyone, especially because I know if someone gets connected with the right anime, then it can set them up on a lifetime adventure of being in this space. And it will also put them with the third of the world's population that's watching and liking anime right now. There's like 2.8 billion people that watch anime worldwide. Like, that's a crazy number. Like, you would think with this much popularity, there wouldn't be so much gatekeeping in the West. But honestly, it's not surprising. We are flawed beings, and a lot of the times when we love or enjoy something so much, our immediate response isn't to share it with others, but to hold it to ourselves. To some anime fans, anime is a great treasure. It's like that little Lord of the Rings ring that everyone wants, and some anime fans are like the little creature who's like obsessed with the rings and is willing to do anything for it, even try to keep people away from it because it means that much to us. But should it be that way? Before you think I'm coming down hard on anime fans or that I'm judging anime fans, I understand. I gatekeep. Like, when I love something, when I like something, I don't think I really want to get people also into it, right? Like, I think that's just my immediate reaction too. So I get you and I understand. But I think there's a better way to go about this. You will get people that are hopping onto the bandwagon for anime because it's popular right now. And when it's not popular and the next thing goes on, maybe they won't be on it right now. But is that really for us to judge, or is that really for us to gatekeep or monitor who's a real or true anime fan? I have 3 reasons that I think anime fans gatekeep, like the little troll elf thing in the Lord of the Rings. But before I get into them though, make sure you like, comment, and sub to the channel. Thanks. This definitely might be a controversial video. First reason I believe some anime fans like to gatekeep is because of identity and belonging. Gatekeeping, for some people, they do this to establish a sense of identity and belonging within the anime community. For some people, being a part of an anime fandom is somewhat sacred to them. I remember back in my day, for some people being fans of anime, they have experiences of not being accepted by the outside world because of their interests, or because they really didn't have the freedom to express themselves the way they wanted because of the judgment or the stigma, because they tried like Naruto running in their halls with their friends, or building up chakra, or trying to go Super Saiyan during gym class. Like, I get you. I understand, bro. I remember being in elementary school, and I had this friend that was into anime way before I had the concept of what anime was. But being familiar with DBZ and Naruto, we would play fight and all of that during recess, and we would like literally act like we were performing jutsu, and it would be so fun. Man, you really are carefree as a child.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
As you get older, sometimes you don't get to be that free without other people judging you. So for some people, being a part of a fandom of any kind, to be honest, is sort of a safe haven to be you. What do you do when those same people who weren't really like banging with you back in the day because of your interest in anime now want to enjoy the same thing you enjoy? For some, it can be a moment of embrace, But for others, there can be serious conflict because you could be intruding in their space. So the immediate reaction is to exclude others, make sure that they show their superiority over other people that are new to the fandom, or in some cases, some people like quizzing people on anime, on the most minute details of certain anime. That's crazy. You should stop that. I should not feel like I have to study for a midterm because someone's in their feelings about becoming a anime fan. Second reason that some anime fans might want to gatekeep is because they probably just have more experience than newer anime fans. Some fans have been enthusiasts of anime for years. They feel like scholars in the genre. They have been developed in this deep knowledge of a lot of shows, and they are always up to date about the newest anime. They've probably finished the manga way before the anime ends, so anyone that talks about the show they like, they beat them over the head about how wrong they are. They don't know what they're talking about because they read ahead in the manga. But because of this, they may feel that their extensive expertise gives them the right to determine who is a true fan. And I think this can lead to a lot of people excluding newcomers or those with less knowledge, which, to be honest, that feels annoying. Why is it that back in the day we complain about not being accepted by others because of anime, but we turn around when new people want to get into the genre, we need them to pass sort of like this entrance exam in order to be considered legit? I have a theory, but you have to wait to the end for my theory. So hang on. Third reason that some anime fans like to gatekeep. In my personal opinion, there might be a little bit of insecurity. Now, anime fans, hear me. This isn't me saying that all anime fans are insecure because they watch anime, but some of y'all need to take a step back and reflect about how y'all are behaving towards other people. Some of us can be so firm in our stance as anime fans, knowledgeable of the genre and medium, that we think we are always right. To believe that someone knows better than us or has different opinions than us, or to have someone that doesn't typically look like an anime nerd, whatever that means, can probably feel threatening. I think this is what people feel with people like Megan Thee Stallion, or that's how some of y'all feel about the pretty girl who likes anime that used to reject you. That might cut deep. I'm not saying this is always the case, but it seems like for the narrative for the male anime nerds now is that we were never given the time of day by the pretty girl back in the day because we were nerds. But now that anime is popular, that feels threatening because now said pretty girl is a major nerd in her adult years. Now, I think experiences are subjective, and maybe that girl that you thought was not a nerd was probably actually a nerd and you just didn't know. Or we act like people are made up of a myriad of experiences and that we feel entitled to them showing us that they are nerds growing up to prove that they were nerds always and that they were always rocking with us, as if people have to do that for you. I don't think there is a certain frame or whatever that gives people access to nerddom. I think nerd people come from all different backgrounds and cultures. Like I don't think it has to fit a stereotype. I think experiences are subjective, and not every anime nerd has these feelings or experiences, and not every girl that rejected you because you were a nerd, or your bully from back in the day is now a crazy anime fan, and but you have memories of how they treated you back then. I don't want to minimize those experiences, but now these people are encroaching on your space and it doesn't feel good. Whatever it may be, this gatekeeping behavior can also stem from a myriad of different things. But I think something will help us. Can I point you guys to a story in the Bible about this instance that I think can actually give us some hope in these situations, even some guidelines for gatekeeping and being newcomers in certain spaces. In the Bible, there's this book of Acts. It's a historical document of the forming of the early church. Jew, Gentile, all of these people are coming to the saving faith of believing in the crucified Messiah, Jesus, who died for their sins and rose again so that they could be right with a holy God. But we had some Jewish Christians that were trying to gatekeep Christianity to themselves, even telling other Gentile Christians that the only way that they can be a true follower of Jesus is if you embrace being circumcised. So in Acts 15, 5-9, it says this: Then some of the believers who belonged to the party of the Pharisees stood up and said, the Gentiles must be circumcised and required to keep the law of Moses. The apostles and the elders met to consider this question. After much discussion, Peter got up and addressed them, saying, Brothers, you know that some time ago God made a choice among you that the Gentiles might hear from my lips the message of the gospel and believe. God, who knows the heart, showed that he accepted them by giving the Holy Spirit to them, just as he did to us. He did not discriminate between us and them, for he purified their hearts by faith. I extract this book of Acts example first, most importantly, to expose you to the gospel. If you don't know Jesus, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, he wants a relationship with you. He lived a life you cannot live and died a death that you deserve in your place to satisfy God's wrath. And then he rose from the dead so that we could be reconciled to a holy God. And if you believe in Jesus and trust that he has died for your sin, you will be saved and have a relationship with God. But the second example I draw from this is that the human heart, we are all very much like the Pharisees who want to gatekeep. We want to put these demands on anime fans or make them meet certain standards in fandom so that they can prove that they are true anime fans. But the truth of the matter is, the fandom and the anime medium isn't yours to gatekeep. It's for everyone to enjoy, and the community should embrace peoples of all kinds in the anime community. If you show a desire to enjoy anime, even if it's very small, out of 2.8 billion people in the world that enjoy this medium, we welcome them. We should welcome them. It's like, it's not ours to gatekeep anyway. Like, you think you have the right to gatekeep someone out of enjoying graphics and pixels. It's dumb. That would be like me as a Christian gatekeeping Jesus and the gospel from people who don't know Jesus because they don't fit my standard of what or who a Christian should be. But rather, Jesus came to save sinners, you and I. And anime is something for all to enjoy. We should stop gatekeeping, please. I think it will only make us better. I'll catch you later.